So skip ahead if you don't want to look at the code on screen. Otherwise, pause if you want to look at this code on screen, because it is going over the, well, one item. There are two items on screen, but essentially it's just one because one of them you've already seen before. But in case it's been a while or you're newer to this channel, yeah, all I have to say is that you have two items on screen that you can look at. It's not like they're particularly innovative, but it's something that I can work on, and if nothing else, the thumbnail should have already showed you. Yeah, it took me a while to get that out. Also, this video was supposed to come out about 6 hours ago, and it did not because I made some oopsies. So, as we get fish and night air, and I was also just running around a few minutes ago, so I'm kind of out of breath. But yeah, we're going to get into this run. So, without further ado, I think it was ill-fated. I know I looked at it and I forgot, but whatever. We'll keep going because I know we have fish. So, for timestamp's sake, as we get into Yogurt Bag, ill-fated, custom character. I think we had random item stats, but it's fine. Here's the first part, but really the important part is using the second order ticket, because I have one order ticket already that's already doing something else. And yeah, this is what we have. It's not the most detailed in, I just did the bare minimum to get something on screen, but I mean, as you can see, I didn't even change the template custom inspection text. So, but when I use this, I will heal 2 all and possibly an extra stamina or reason. Although I made some changes, so hopefully it works as intended. But otherwise, I should be getting definitely 2 stamina, 2 reason. Strength, light, dexterity, second encounter, charisma, maybe a knowledge check. And I'll go over the code in a moment, basically for at least the first part of this video, as long as there's something to talk about. So, let me just focus on getting through this first, so that I have everything set up. But otherwise, again, it's a relatively simple item. In fact, it could have been even shorter. I could have given you a shorter code. In fact, I should use shorter code because for the tonkotsu ramen, you do get 2 all, but the process of adding basically +1, sorry, not that, +1 stamina, +1 reason, or possibly nothing, is really something completely that can be shortened to like literally 20 characters on screen. So as we get Akamanto, Painting, Hell, Handkerchief, and Taxi. Oh boy, that's a mystery lineup. The only reason why it uses if else statements is primarily for the message log. And the reason I say that specifically here is because when you use certain functions with PERM, you have to be careful as to what you can and cannot do. To be even more specific, if you try to throw out a message log while doing something, and you try to have basically Ito code pick among several things, you can't have it pick a group of items. So, for example, a good little metaphor, I think it's metaphor, I'm trying to also do what's on screen while I'm commentating here. But a good example is, say, you want to pick among 3 bags which have different items in them. Maybe one bag has funds and stamina. Maybe one bag has stamina and reason. Maybe one bag gives you doom decrease and spits out a message. Doing that can cause some weird things to happen. Also, yes, I did add the tonkotsu ramen in several shops, but I didn't get a single weapon, really? Well, oh my goodness, I'm not seeing any weapons. No, tonkotsu ramen, please. Okay, we'll take the butterfly knife, but yeah, doing that is can lead to some problems. But making if-else, I think I would rather make if-else statements, and the reason for that is that it allows you to do more flexible and variable and innovative things with custom content, basically. That's all I'm trying to say. That's right, we're on ill-fated as well. But as we continue moving on here, yeah, just to mention, so that's pretty much the metaphor that we're dealing with here. I want to fight this guy, by the way. Where, yeah, you want to pick bags, but if you want to make it really short and you're not going to say do anything else, you could just have the Ito code say pick among healing stamina, healing reason, decreasing doom, or doing nothing. Something to that effect. And for your own sanity, it would, and especially if you're starting out with custom content, specifically on PERM, you should just do that, because I don't even remember. It's been a long time since I did base-based custom content, but if you want to basically, if nothing else, get better at making content in general, or mods or DLC, I highly recommend you start small and then go big. You eventually want to go like bigger or be more detailed in what you want to do. Again, in this case, using if-else statements. But if you're starting out, just do something simple. And I might make a comment if I happen to come across anything of the sort. I forgot my maxed out level location, by the way. But I'll understand it, because again, I usually try to look at a creator's intent when they are making content. So if a creator comes out with content and says, yeah, hey, I just started something as a draft, I might say something, but I'm gonna keep it as objective as possible, because I am also thinking of people who are playing such custom content and what they might think about. Okay, just making sure I have enough stamina. I have a thingamajiggy. Did the hand... Yeah, the hand caps went into the storage, so let's take them out, and off we go. Something to note here is that as we move on to other topics that I can talk about, I think we can do this. Yeah, this should be 10 damage. Hey! So you'll notice here, or maybe I didn't go over it, but yeah, you'll notice that I couldn't store this order ticket. A common way, as of the moment, for PERM to basically allow... Because, okay, so the thing here, just to go over for 30 seconds. So the thing about this is that this is in my inventory, and this is the only way I can refresh this use, because if I use it right now, I can't redeem it. The effect is, as stated, when you complete a mystery, you get to use this order ticket again and basically get free healing. The other part of this, and again, we're starting small, so really it's simple and it seems broken, and it is, but bear with me. You could also have made this or an item, or just given the character a status effect that allows them to use certain items, PERM items specifically, over and over again, as long as you do something. In this case, complete a mystery. But again, I wanted to keep it simple, keep it to 2 items instead of 2 items and a status effect. So for the moment, we're just doing this. I want extra stamina healing. I did not. I got reason healing. But as we enter this encounter, I think I would like to brace, actually. So hold on, let me focus for a moment. It's not guaranteed, but better to take this -2 and then do something later than take 3 all and possibly be even worse. Because Akamoto can slap you with double damage. But as we move on to other topics to talk about... And let me not end the video prematurely. There's something else I could have mentioned that I'm forgetting to mention. I don't have notes beside me, so whoops. So let me just concentrate on doing this pre-mystery planning. Because we do have taxi and we do have something else. Was it handkerchief? I'm just going to take handkerchief. Could take painting, choosing not to. And we have reason, so we don't... Well, actually... No, we might get a slot C item, so we'll store that for the moment. This box cutter is going to be better. And in fact, it is quite good. We need another point in dexterity, though, to really make that work. But instead, we get unrelenting, so I'll just take it. And off we go. I guess I might as well just rewind back to another. So, again, a common thing that you can do is basically have an item give you a status effect as well. That way, you're not throwing as much in a character's file, or you want to tie a status effect to an item, you can do that. An example off the top of my head is that you have a book, and I swear I'm not making any references as I'm saying this, I realize this, but say there's a book that you give in-game through PERM, and then you want that book to give a curse or a status effect. You can do that by attaching you can do that basically, for those who don't know, and just to keep it simple. So when an item is obtained and goes into your inventory, you can give a character or the player a status effect or something. Something really. It could be anything, actually. You can, in fact, give more items. So say you get a jar of unknown substances into your inventory, and then it multiplies into like 3 worm items in your inventory. That's some of the things you can do. Also, this fish is tracking me. And in this case, I could have had the order ticket give me a status effect. That way I can just throw this order ticket in the storage and not use up as much inventory. But for the moment, I have it as is. Again, this can be solved with other means as well. It's just that I just spent like 1 hour setting this all up. So, I mean, hey. Also, are we going to be okay here? I forgot I can use the order ticket again. I should, because that gives me free healing. But we're going to stop them and fight. So, 1 doom. Yeah, we're going to fight this. Yeah, we're just gonna sit here and autopilot for a few turns. But as for the tonkotsu ramen, again, all the 9 lines of code, or possibly more, that you saw at the beginning of the video could have been condensed into like 1 line, literally 1 line. And the specific statement is pick, or I think there's another one. It's also, I think you can also use the random, but pick parentheses stamina 1, comma reason 1, comma whatever you want to use to fill in that says nothing. So I could have just done that, but because I wanted to throw out a message, I used the if-else statements. Because if you use pick or random and you try to group, say, stamina 1 plus the message for stamina, and comma, reason, message log for stamina in another parentheses. If you try to basically nest statements, bags together, or nest things together in a bag, you run into certain issues. So, specifically, I think it's that... parts of the bag are not used. Again, I'm using the bag metaphor because I think it's the closest. And to explain one more time, essentially what's happening is that when you use these pick random statements, you cannot use another parentheses in them. And if you can, then maybe I'm just wrong. At this point, I'd like to disclaimer here and say I could just be wrong, but I swear I've used one or both of those statements, and it's just, at this point, just using if-else statements is just natural to me, so shrug, which it should be, I mean, as a self-proclaimed and someone who actually has a background in computer programming, but it's not like I did anything fancy, though, so, hey, quick thinking, I could have chose predestined, but we still have, no, actually, I keep thinking Akamanto's mask lowers your max reason. It does not. That's the gruesome totem. But anyway, if you have no clue what I'm talking about and you want to hear more, please feel free to ask any question you want. I'll try to answer to the best of my ability, if I can, and that's all I can really say at the moment. Ill-fated, actually not, well, granted, I'm getting like a 2-all healing item every single mystery. Hey, right? So, yeah. Again, I just wanted to make a ramen item. That's literally why I actually made this item. Because I'm hungry for ramen. But anyway, as we continue onward, I should have just taken the Doom. And actually, no, we have 57% Doom. What am I talking about? Also, we just happened to run into quite a bit of enemies that did Doom. I also forget to do the free strong attack, but I'm feeling particularly lazy. And it wouldn't have saved me another turn anyway. Maybe it could have, but I'm just lazy right now. I missed an 80%? Really? Well, anywho. Let's use the ramen. I got stamina this time. And again, so if you notice, the stamina, if I did the reason one before, the stamina line you see at the bottom is different from what you would get if you get reason. Also, we did get a gruesome totem, but yeah, that's the reason. Again, I don't doubt you can group them in some other way. Again, it's just that I had an hour to make the quote-unquote artwork here, and I did what I did, so hey. We'll save these cigarettes for later. So let's take out more ramen and move on. Could have just called it ramen, but as not a connoisseur, but someone who's interested in ramen as a food, along with other food, I'll tell you those later. Wow, we have 100% accuracy. Do I want to take... Yeah, I actually have ramen. Let's just do this. I'll throw in the strong attack now, why not? So, yeah, as someone who likes ramen, I do like to differentiate ramen, if I can. I'm not going to say I'm a professional, but hey. And yeah, police station, the forest, for the love of everything. Even though you don't get penalized for the forest linked events that link into each other, yeah, I feel it's safer. I'm going to actually mash through this. If you end up fighting the taxi, so be it, but we're going to keep running here, and it seems like we're going to be fighting. So, as we sit here and just throw out this butterfly knife, we should be able to get out in 2 or 3 turns. We're going to brace here just to be safe. Also going to eat the ramen for more healing. And we'll throw out the strong attack first, because I think if we throw out just even 2 attacks, we'll be okay. Unless we miss these 95%. Oh, I'm crazy. Why am I crazy? Why did I feel like I did math wrong? I did do math wrong. Well, anywho. Keeping in mind, I also had box cutters, so whoopsie doopsie. But let's see here. Would like to use the jumper cables at some point. The only thing is that usually you're trying to pick up a weapon before the run, so I guess if you take taxi first and fight in handcuff, that's something to think about, but it's all I can think about at the moment. So, order ticket 2 again. Take reporter's bag, because we have an item that we cannot store or throw away, so shrug. And let's see here, household hell painting, right? Yeah, so we take painting now, I believe. Let's actually take out as much ramen as we can. I swear we had another one. No, we don't. Never mind. I do have cigarettes though, and we could run into the Rumu ghost, so yeah, take painting now. I'm gonna walk forward. Actually, I'm gonna take a risk. I'm just gonna walk forward until after the second mansion investigation and see what happens. I thought that was a reason. No! It's fine. For now. Again, we have ramen. 2 all is quite a lot of HP to heal on Harbinger of Doom. Let's just say that much. And to explain the reason why is because you have less max stamina, less max reason. So as we sit here and lose more stamina, because I forgot we're on ill-fated, we can at least still run away. So it's not like everything's going to end. But boy, oh boy, are we taking damage. So stamina, please. Thank you. Could have waited and tried to go for a desperate struggle, but not feeling it right now. So keeping in mind our effective doom is at 60% because we have both the totem and Akamanto's mask, whatever I want to use. But that's free 5 experience. Okay, gotta remember that. There is something to say as I kind of transition to a tangent topic about events in which I call free, but really they're there, and I think they are a nice change of pace. They're a nice knowledge check. It's not the hardest knowledge check because at a certain point you're probably going to remember like half a dozen to a dozen events in which you're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. Still, though, I think things like that sprinkled occasionally throughout a game, not just World of War, are nice to see. Also, I should have used a strong attack there. I can do it here. This is real, right? This is 14 damage, I think, specific. Okay, yeah, it is. But, yeah, sprinkling in events where basically the player, if they know something meta-wise, they can just come out positive no matter what. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's just that it does have to be, I think, fewer than more often than you would think, basically. So, yeah. But that being said, it's not like every creator is going to, DLC or otherwise, is going to be conscious of gameplay elements of that. Even though we're playing a video game. Also, I forgot to fill my empty bottle this whole time. But man, we have the ticket. We have the power. I also never used the cigarettes, by the way, but we can use them now, because I think Takshisan is like the first or second thing we reach at the lighthouse. But to end the topic, forgot what I was talking about, never mind. Oh, my mind goes like this. Oh, I wanted to, the reason why I'm losing my mind right now is because I also have to remember to equip the Crestfallen Mask at this point. So, even though we do have Household Hell and the map can proc, I'll just take the immediate Doom, because you never know what's going to happen, right? So, off we go. I might remember what I was talking about in a moment, but I'm going absolutely insane. So, as we take, I think the Yakitori is usually better. I'm going to use the ticket again. And never mind, we can't. So, yeah, not really much else to say. The Tonkatsu Ramen and the second order ticket are pretty self-explanatory things. In fact, so if you want another thing that we can talk about, also maxed out level mansion, oopsies. Yeah, something else to talk about is that we could have also just, 1, made this a status effect, but 2, just kept it as the item itself and have it be usable with the cost, which is something that I was thinking about, but I wanted to do something a little different. Oh my goodness, my body. So, therefore, you see what it is on screen. Just to note here, another disclaimer, is that yes, these 2 items, the order ticket 2 and the Tonkatsu Ramen, are not anywhere on the internet, so it's literally just me playing right now. But if you want to see them somewhere, just let me know. I'll probably throw them up. I don't think I really can throw them up on the Discord server, so it would be on Nexus Mods, so little, not self-promo, because it's really all PERM promo, but anywho, that's the thing. If you have any questions, anything you want me to do, feel free to ask. Oh boy, my stamina is in a lot of pain. But, let's see. I think the Yakitori is also... No, it's Reason. I'm going absolutely insane. Well, hey. Kind of regret not using the thingamajiggy here, but we'll make do. And I think we do have a light check, but our Reason is like at 13. This was a very low Reason cost run, but hey. Sadness. So another tangent thing to mention at the moment is that for a lot of my custom characters, someone might have, observed something, but if you ever had the question, I'm just going to say it now. I've noticed that my version of the mask for a lot of custom characters I make, if not all of them, do look pretty 2D. Yeah, they look pretty 2D. That's all I have to say. That's really all I can say. That's just the truth. But let's fill this empty bottle. We have 9 strength, so we shouldn't need to worry about any stamina checks. But, yeah, I do feel... there's a lot of things I made for World of War and elsewhere, if we're looking at game development, that I'm not really the proud... Or basically, there's things I could go back and to basically fix. A common example is this character's back sprite, as we do have the strength check. We should be able to survive everything else, though. Do we have the 6th floor really quickly, just to ask? We do not. So, yeah, we can just walk up this lighthouse and be fine. But yeah, I would. If I went back to anything that I've made art-wise, I'm 90% sure, minimum, that I would likely have. There's something I could make look better, basically. Also, we do have Takshisan, but sadness, we have a thingamajiggy. What is the light source here? Flashlight. I don't even remember picking up or I thought the flashlight went to the storage. That's why I was a little flabbergasted. Also, I don't remember my second encounter. I need to start doing this. I think we fought the Young Witch first, because we took Akamanto. Wasn't the dolls. That's literally a boss of the next mystery that I did. Could have been the sleazy dentist. Maybe it was the Young Witch. It was the Young Witch. Yeah, I was like, I fought the sleazy because I remember failing. Funny enough, Ill-Fated helped me out. Remember that, but we wouldn't have lost anyway. 92% Doom, 97% Doom. much as makes no difference. But we're going to do another run with the ramen. I will likely change something along the lines, or at least show you a different way to implement it. But without further ado, if you have anything to say, any questions, you know what to do. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!